welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're back with another draft rebuild. We're going to be continuing with these draft rebuilds until something else happens in the NBA. But of course, tonight is game one of the NBA Finals, so this is being recorded on game one of Warriors and Cavs. Who else is not going to watch? I don't know if I'm going to watch yet. I might do it just because I have nothing else to do, but I'm not going to enjoy it. I think I'm going to be a little upset watching it because I think the Warriors, unless LeBron, it just absolutely amazes everyone, then I think the Warriors are probably going to win in 5 or 4. So it does suck that as NBA fans, we have to watch this crap again, but well, what can you do? So other than that, guys, we're going to be doing a Grizzlies rebuild with Marvin Bagley on the team. So we're going to be taking Marvin Bagley. I already have JB Bickerstaff as the head coach. So let's go ahead, just jump right into the NBA draft, and let's take Marvin Bagley at number 4. Yes, we have the 4th pick, just confirming. And let's go ahead and see if we can grab Marvin Bagley at the 4th pick without him being taken. Honestly, guys, I think that the Hawks could potentially take Marvin Bagley, but I'm starting to think that Jaren Jackson would be more of a better fit. And I could also see the Hawks or the Grizzlies actually trading down, honestly, if they really wanted to. It's just something they could do. But Marvin Bagley is still here. Let's see how the other 3 draft picks went. Actually, the Kings took Mohamed Bamba. Luka Doncic goes to the Hawks, and DeAndre Ayton goes to the Suns. So interesting, very interesting. But we're going to go ahead and take Marvin Bagley here. And welcome to the team. Welcome to the Memphis Grizzlies, which is what we wanted. So Memphis has Marvin Bagley now, which would be very helpful, I think, for Memphis, because him learning behind a guy like Marc Gasol, I think, would be very beneficial for Marvin Bagley's career going forward, honestly. So definitely think that was a nice pick for the Memphis Grizzlies if they can get Marvin Bagley. Lonnie Walker goes to the Mavericks, Michael Porter Jr. goes to the Magic, and then 7, Kevin Knox goes to the Bulls. So interesting, definitely interesting. Marvin Bagley and then Troy Brown Jr. I'm going to just go ahead, take Marvin Bagley here with the 4th pick and leave the other 2 alone. Player options, Andrew Harrison and Wayne Selden Jr. I mean, why not? I'll bring them both back. And then a lot of free agents coming up, qualifying offers. And of course, we're in moratorium day, which I don't think we have any cap space. And I don't think the Grizzlies will be doing much of anything this offseason. They really don't have any cap space to work with. I mean, they could bring back Tyreke Evans potentially, but I think Tyreke Evans is definitely gone. So you know what? As far as these other guys, probably not going to bring any of them back. So this is just gonna how it's gonna work. So now our rotation is probably just gonna be what the team is looking like right now. Basically, I'm not gonna be doing anything right now. I'm just gonna let it be, see how it all goes, and maybe make some moves at the trade deadline. Of course, I'm just gonna see how Mike Conley, Marc Gasol do. Maybe I can trade them. Maybe trade one at the trade deadline. We'll see. Chandler Parsons' contract will be tough to get rid of as well. It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. But I think this team could potentially make the playoffs next year if Mike Conley and Marc Gasol stay healthy and they play how they used to, and Marvin Bagley next to them and Parsons maybe playing a little bit better. I think this team could potentially make the playoffs. I mean, I don't see why not. Training camps. Let's go ahead and see what we got as far as training camps. Sorry, not much is happening this first season. You know, like I said, I could trade Marc Gasol and Mike Conley right now, but I think I'm just going to keep them for this one season, maybe half season, and just see how it goes, and then maybe make some moves from there. Untapped potential, let's go ahead, throw this one at Marvin Bagley, and the next one at Dillon Brooks, because he's another nice young player that the Memphis Grizzlies have. So I think Dillon Brooks could be a potential nice player with the Grizzlies as well, but this is what they got. So they got Mike Conley, Jordan Crawford, Chandler Parsons, Marvin Bagley, Marc Gasol, JaMychal Green, Andrew Harrison, Dillon Brooks, and Wayne Selden Jr. So, interesting rotation, but I think I'm going to be doing this. So, Jordan Crawford, probably not going to be part of the Grizzlies next year, and I probably don't really want him on the team. But how does Wayne Selden... Okay, no, that doesn't work. All right, so we'll actually just do this. So, we'll have Parsons starting, and we're going to have Dillon Brooks start at the shooting guard. So, we're going to do that. And we're going to move your minutes down to like 18, and then we'll do 20. Actually, we're gonna do more than that. Let's do 11 for you. Let's do that. JaMychal Green, not very important. Let's do 30 for Dillon Brooks and 30 for Parsons. So that's what we'll do. So that's gonna be the rotation. That's fine. All right, so now I'm gonna put no preference, just gonna see how it all goes. Dillon Brooks will be playing the shooting guard. I think that's a nice starting 5 for the Grizzlies. I think it would be a very nice starting 5 going forward next year. I think it could potentially make some noise. definitely a bottom seed in the Western Conference potentially, but on that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and simulate and see how this team does. Maybe, like I said, we'll stop the trade deadline. Trade Mike Gasol, or not Mike Gasol, Mark Conley or Marc Gasol. We'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Guys, we're at the NBA trade deadline, and things are just not really going as planned. Things are basically not going very well. So I thought we could maybe trade Marc Gasol, and in return, get a first rounder, John Henson, Montrezl Harrell, and Thon Maker. Now, this might be a little too much for a veteran in Marc Gasol, but Marc Gasol is actually having a very good year with 17 points and 10 rebounds. So I think that's something the Bucks could do. They give away their first rounder. They get rid of John Henson's contract. They get rid of Montrezl Harrell's contract, and then they also get just throw in Thon Maker to make the deal a little bit more sweet. I mean, maybe you don't have to throw in a first rounder since Marc Gasol is still kind of up there in age, but I mean, you get nice three nice players. I mean, I really would prefer John Henson and Montrezl Harrell to be on one-year deals, but that's not a big deal. They're tradable contracts, so I'll probably be trading them in the offseason anyway. Maybe keep John Henson around. I don't know, but I think something like this could make sense, and of course, they're not going to accept it. Let me see if I can sweeten a deal a little bit more and throw in a second rounder. They still don't want to do it. I think this deal is absolutely fair, honestly. And I think that I might... Well, I can't really make it go through. But, I mean, I really don't want to do this. But I guess maybe if I took out Thon Maker and made it DJ Wilson instead, they would take it. No, they still don't want to take it. I mean, I really don't want to do this, but let's just pretend this first rounder is not in here, and let's see if they'll do it now, and they still don't want to do it, man. Do you guys think this trade is fair? Let me know down in the comment section below, but I think the Bucks makes the most sense. I think they're the team that needs a center the most, a win-now center. I think they're the team that makes the most sense. So, as much as I don't really want to cheat, I think I'm going to make this trade go through. I think I'm going to make it go through. And to make it more realistic, I won't get the first rounder. Let's get John Henson, Montrezl Harrell, and Thon Maker. So, I'm going to make the trade go through because I think it's absolutely fair. And then we might look at trades for Mike Conley as well, because he's actually having a really good season as well. So, I'm going to make this trade go through, and I'm going to show you how Mike Conley and Marvin Bagley are doing on the season. Alright, when you look at the player stats, Marvin Bagley's averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds. Mike Conley is actually averaging 19 points, which isn't too bad. But like I said, Marc Gasol was actually having a really good year as well. That's why I think his value could be really good right now in this season, because he's averaging 17 points, 10 rebounds. That's something the Bucks could definitely use. Like, I think that's something the Bucks would be very welcome to opening for, like, a championship run. So I think Marc Gasol could definitely gas a championship run. And we get, like I said, we got John Henson, Montrezl Harrell, and we got Thon Maker. For the time being, he is actually in the G League, so I'm actually okay with that, because he's going to progress very well. So I'm actually okay with him being in the G League right now. And as far as the player stats go, like I said, it's still looking all right. But I would love to get rid of Mike Conley right now, but I might keep him just because I think it's going to be very hard to get rid of his contract. Chandler Parsons' contract is probably going to be impossible to get rid of, so I probably will be keeping him. Are going to have to, realistically. So, I mean, one reason I kind of forced that trade to go through is because when you search Marc Gasol on the trade finder, nothing pops up. So I kind of had to make my own trade, and the only trade that made sense to me was the Bucks trade. I didn't think any other team really needed a center, like a win-now center, basically. But when you look at these, I mean, really, with the Jazz trade, Rudy Gobert for Mike Conley, no, probably not. And then Enes Kanter, no. So it's just not a lot you can do. Mike Conley's a win-now point guard as well. And when you look around the league, I mean, maybe the Pistons would be okay with taking him on. But then again, like, their cap situation would be horrible, because they already have Blake Griffin's fat contract for the next 4 years. Do they really want to take on Mike Conley's as well? I mean, no way. So I don't think trading Mike Conley anywhere right now makes a ton of sense. Maybe the Spurs, I could see that potentially. Who the Spurs would give up, I have no idea. It's just something I can't really do right now, I believe. Not a lot of teams need a point guard right now. I mean, LeBron James and Cavaliers, I don't know. I still think LeBron's going to be gone, but I don't know. Like I said, it's a very tough situation right now. But as far as the coaching game plan goes, basically, the only thing that should change is John Henson and Montrezl Harrell going to get some minutes instead of some of these other guys. So let's see, we got Mike Conley, Jamal Crawford, Chandler Parsons, Marvin Bagley, John Henson, Montrezl Harrell, Jermichael Green, Dylan Brooks, and Andrew Harrison now in the rotation. But sorry, unfortunately, I just like the idea of Dylan Brooks getting more minutes than Jordan Crawford. I mean, he's not very important to the team going forward. Dylan Brooks is, so we're going to make that go through. And then, yeah, we're just going to keep the rotation, tank a little bit. I think we have our pick, I hope, and we do not actually. So, I mean, that just kind of sucks. Who has our pick? Oh, I think the Celtics do, don't they? I don't know why. I'm not sure from what trade. But we probably won't have our pick, so that sucks. But I'm going to go ahead and keep simulating. Let's see the contract extensions. We'll resign. No, absolutely not. Chandler Parsons, no. And Andrew Harrison, I could see that potentially. 24 years old. You know what? I'll resign you. And then Jarrell Martin, probably not. Probably not very important. Like I said, Mike Conley, definitely not very important. Well, I mean, he is, but I would like to get rid of him if I could. So I'm going to go ahead and keep simulating. I honestly think Marvin Bagley might have gotten snubbed for Rookie of the Year. I think he should have won it. I mean, why not? The dude was averaging 20 and 10. Like, come on now. But other than that, no complaints, I guess. All defensive first team, no one. All rookie first team, Marvin Bagley makes it. And all rookie second team, don't really care about that. But the Bucks are the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's see how they do with Marc Gasol on their team now. Can they upset the Cavaliers? And it looks like they are going to. No, one funny thing is, though, I forgot to mention this to you guys, but look where Paul George went. Back to the Indiana Pacers. Isn't that very interesting? That's awesome. I think that's definitely very crazy. I mean, him and Oladipo teaming up would be definitely interesting. I don't know. I just thought that was funny when I saw that. But let's see who ends up winning a championship. If Milwaukee makes it to the NBA. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. I actually started choking, and I just didn't want to cough into your guys' ears, so I definitely cut the video. Man, that was bad. But anyway, now let's see how it's going to go this offseason. So it looks like we might have a little bit of cap space if we renounce all these guys, which I do plan on doing. None of them seem very important to the team right now. So probably be renouncing. Well, of course, Dylan Brooks is important. Thon Maker might be important, but definitely excited. I think this offseason is going to be good. I think we can make this team a lot better, or a step in the right direction anyway. I'm going to be as realistic as possible, for sure. Let's reject all those. The draft lottery. Let's see what pick the Celtics get from us. They get the 13th pick, so not that great, but they do get the pick nonetheless. And then the NBA draft, I don't think we have a pick in the first round, so is it really worth it? No. Second rounder, 10th and 25th. We have John Henson still on a one-year deal, Montrezl Harrell, and Chandler Parsons. Does Chandler Parsons? No, he does not have an option, so that is awesome. An unrestricted free agent. Marvin Bagley will be a restricted free agent. John Henson. I think John Henson and Montrezl Harrell are not bad pieces to the team right now, so I'm not really too worried about trading them away. I mean, Parsons would be awesome to get rid of, but probably won't be able to do that. But it's Mike Conley that it would be awesome to get rid of. After coming off a great year, they're only 31 years old. Would a team be willing to take him on for 2 years? I mean, Marvin Bagley actually, I guess, maybe struggled down the stretch. Mike Conley averaged 21 points on the season and 8 assists. So you can't tell me Mike Conley don't have some game left. It's just, who needs a point guard? Like, who really needs a point guard right now that they think they can, if they got this point guard, they could compete next year? Maybe the Knicks. Knicks could be a potential candidate. I don't know. Maybe something like that. Julius Randle. Evan Fournier and the Magic, probably not. Harrison, no, that probably wouldn't work out. Nets, probably not. The Nuggets, you got Isaiah Thomas now. I feel like I trade like every point guard I can to the Nuggets because they need a point guard, but probably not going to do that. And then, is Paul George a free agent? Yes, he is. What did they do? The Thunder trade him or something? How did that work? Anyway, DeMarcus Cousins, Drew Holiday, Mirotic. Yeah, they probably don't need a point guard. Like I said, the Pistons could use it, but they're not going to want to take on his salary. The Rockets, Spurs could make sense, like I said. But if there's a team that really makes sense, I think it could be the Knicks. I don't know why, but I think the Knicks feel like they maybe could compete right now if they were able to. So maybe we can trade Mike Conley to the Knicks. I seriously doubt it. We'll give it a shot. I just want to trade him somewhere because he deserves to compete somewhere. I know he wants to probably stay on the Memphis Grizzlies. I guess we could keep him potentially, but I would love to use my money somewhere else. So let's see if we can get rid of Mike Conley's contract, and I'll get back to you guys. So there's just no getting rid of Mike Conley. It just doesn't make sense to trade him anywhere. Like, no team is going to want to take on Mike Conley right now. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. And like I said, my channel is realistic. That's the theme of my channel. I'm the most realistic rebuilder out there. And I just don't think there's a team out there that's just going to take on Mike Conley. Like, I just don't see it. So we have about 11 million cap space, and we need a shooting guard. So probably going to need to get a shooting guard. Like I said, I think I might have Chandler Parsons come off the bench this year, have Dillon Brooks start at his natural position, and then get a shooting guard. So let's see what's out there as far as shooting guards go. As far as the young shooting guards goes, there's Devin Booker, of course, Chris Middleton, Zach LaVine, Rodney Hood would be interesting. But I think if we could afford anyone and get anyone, I think Malik Beasley could make sense if he's a free agent. I mean, the Grizzlies could take him on, give him a shot. I mean, there's Joe Harris as well, who had a very nice year with the Nets. So, I mean, there's something we could do as well. Gerald Green is there, Troy Daniels, Justin Holiday. But I'm actually Tyler Dorsey as well. But I'm digging this Malik Beasley guy. I think I might try to sign him for 3 years. 9.45 for 3 years. Let's see if he'll accept that. And he does. So, welcome to the team, Malik Beasley. That's probably going to be our only free agency signing. Like, only important one. I might get someone else just for the purposes of why not. Tyler Dorsey, I mean, we could take him on for, yeah, we could do that. So Tyler Dorsey, so we get 2 shooting guards, Malik Beasley and Tyler Dorsey. So, I mean, can I complain? No, not really. We made the team. We basically took those steps in the right direction. Chandler Parsons being a free agent next year is going to be huge. It's going to help out the team a lot. I mean, it's going to give them a ton of money, and Mike Conley is only going to have 1 year left on his contract after he accepts that player option, because believe me, he's going to accept it. I mean, who would leave $34 million on the table? So I think this team is definitely in the right direction if they could do something like this. I think Marc Gasol's contract is tradable, so I think that's something they could explore in the offseason or at the trade deadline. So I believe that they probably will trade him. I'm not sure when, but I think they could trade him, and then, like I said, they could basically start moving forward and live out Mike Conley's contract, let Marvin Bagley progress a little bit, and then just build around him. It's basically something the Grizzlies could do. But Mike Conley, Malik Beasley, Dillon Brooks, Marvin Bagley, Thon Maker, John Henson, Montrezl Harrell, Andrew Harrison, and Chandler Parsons. Why do I love this rotation so much? Because it is exactly what I would do. So Mike Conley, point guard, Malik Beasley, Dillon Brooks, Marvin Bagley, Thon Maker. I love this. I love this team. I think this is a great team in the right direction. Of course, we're not a playoff team just yet. They could potentially still make the playoffs, though. So I think this is a good team. I think this is a step in the right direction for the Grizzlies. I'm going to turn trades off. Won't be making any moves, and just going to live out the rest of the Grizzlies contracts, and then they can start rebuilding in the future. But thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the playoffs. At the end of the season, Russell Westbrook is All-NBA first team. You can look at those if you want. Mike Conley actually makes the All-NBA second team. So Mike Conley is only getting better towards the end of his career, and Marvin Bagley makes the All-NBA third team. So very cool. I actually like that a lot. That's very awesome to see. But as far as everything else goes, we're actually second in the Western Conference. For the Grizzlies, that is really good. Mike Conley averaged 24 points and 9 assists, and Marvin Bagley averaged 21 and 10 rebounds. So maybe it was a good thing I didn't trade Mike Conley. He actually had a really good season. So, you know what? I can't complain. Malik Beasley, 11.5 points. Dillon Brooks with 11 points, and Montrezl Harrell with 10.5. Thon Maker with 10 and almost 6, but not quite. And he had 1 block. John Henson had 7 points off the bench, 7 and 7. Very good, very good. So I think this team actually played pretty well together. But can we beat the Denver Nuggets in the first round? That's the question. No, we're down 2-0, and we're down 3-0, and it looks like we're getting swept. So very awesome to see that. Getting swept in the first round in the second seed, that's, you know, that's always fun to look at. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, of course, leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already, man. We're so close to 2,000. You guys are greatly appreciated. But this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace. Have a good day, guys. And also, enjoy the finals.